Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, February 24th, 2014. Well, it's been a crazy week and a half with 11 people in a 3-bedroom house. It was pretty exciting. Everybody had a pretty good time. And now it's back to just my wife and myself for the rest of this week, and then back in Ohio over the weekend. Back to the cold, although I hope it's not going to be as cold as what it was. But anyway, I have to try to get myself re-grounded here in the market. For today, for scheduled news events, we have the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Survey, and nothing else that is starred here for today. Take a quick look over across the big ponds, and we can see that Asia is pretty flat to slightly negative. A couple of positive ones here, but not really all that positive. And in Europe, we are red almost all the way across the board, moderately, flat to moderately negative, I would guess, is the call that I would make on that one. Over here, for the futures, we are flat out of the gate here for the major indexes, and for gold, we're up to $13.34, which is almost $100 more than what we were looking at just 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's a pretty good sign for anybody holding that precious metal. And on the oil side, we're at 102.03. which means the trip back this weekend, if this holds, and it probably will, it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the trip when it came down here. Looking at current holdings, this calendar on IWM is definitely not working out very well so far. We can take a look on the Analyze tab, and let's do that. I'll get in play here. IWM is right here. Look at the risk profile. We're here looking for a market pullback, of course, a correction. And we think it's going to correct back into this area here. Let me slide this over a little bit. Oops, doesn't want to slide. There we go. We're looking for a correction back to about 105, so let's pop a chart on that. And here we are. 105's down a little bit below here, but actually if we come down to 108, we will be pretty happy about that too. So that would be $500 at expiration, and that would be this March expiration. But if not, we don't have a lot of money out on this one. Also, we back here, what do we got going here? There we go. That's the IWM position, the FedEx position. I rolled that last Thursday late in the afternoon and pulled another $50 or $58. I forget what for that. So we're still looking for a FedEx correction as well, since this is a put calendar at 120, and we have a dividend coming up here, but we're still in a negative trend here, so still hoping that this will come back down there for us. The other one here, this Bank of America, I let it expire, and I haven't done anything with the long put because it's not worth anything. So we're just sitting here with actually only 4 days to expiration. It's not worth squat, so we're not going to be doing anything with that one. And I think that's about it. There's another calendar down here on Amazon, I believe it was, and it expired, I got out of it, and it didn't expire. I got out of it and saved a little bit on that. We'll recap that once I have once I get back to putting together what has happened over the last week and a half. I have not had time to do that. All right, and we can just jump right into our scan. On the A+, this is going to be all like new to me. Let's see what's going on here. Well, Apple's still in a downtrend. Wow. Okay, we had a nice solid green up here, and then we didn't get confirmation down here on the MACD when this hooked down red. So that kept us out of what would have been a losing trade. And remember, we wanted to wait for another cycle, and it looks like as though we are going to get one here. So now we're looking for a solid green up to be able to get in with a bear call on Apple. So let's put a target in up here. On Amazon, we were looking for this trend line to continue here, and it did not. However, we still are in a downtrend. We have all sorts of violations here, no solid reds down or greens up. We're just kind of squiggling around in here. So we are avoiding that one, but this value down here is 28.71, which in a solid trend like this, in my mind, is pretty much close enough. So I'm going to draw a target in up here, and we will decide whether or not this is a viable candidate. This did not come down to 20 or below, but it came down to 28.7. If you look at this little box right here, it'll tell you that that's what the value of that particular plot is. And that is, at times, could be close enough, although MACD is looking pretty flat. So I'm not really sure exactly what to do about this one. I would like to see a full cycle. And here we have a almost complete cycle, and then it fails and then tries to come down and give another one, and it's sort of failing. Maybe, I don't know. Just keep an eye on that one. But this did not work out, so I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of that. Makes me look bad with that in there, doesn't it? It looks much better now. All right, Boeing. Same thing. We did the same thing here. We still have that long call out there, which is going to expire the end of this week, and it's totally worthless. Boeing, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. We'll get rid of this, and we'll just take a pass on this because I'm not even really able to figure out what really is going on here. So we'll take a pass on that one, even with putting any sort of target in. Now, Baidu wanted to go negative here and then decided not to, and is looking back on the positive side, but they have earnings coming up, so we will take a pass on that one. Celgene, negative, positive, what are you doing here? There's really nothing that looks good to me right now on Celgene. We have price hanging around the 50 MAs, and we're getting some nice indications here, but what is the trend? We don't know. It's not established at this point. Chipotle. Chipotle's back into a positive trend, and we actually have, this would be, this is a great setup right here. Are we going to get a positive hook? Well, we'll have to wait and see today. I am not going to be able to trade today since I'm heading over to the Gulf Coast to visit some neighbors of ours we live next door to back in Illinois. So I will not be able to trade today, but for you folks, this is a very nice setup here on Chipotle. Now, we need to get a hook down here to confirm. Hook here and a hook here. May not get it today based on the way the market looks like it might open. Alright, so that's a setup. Costco. We are in a downtrend. Trying to give us a setup here. Looks like we might have gotten in back here and got burned. Yes, and actually I think I must have got in here because price did go lower than this low the previous day here, and then it failed. So we'll take a look at that one when we do our recap later on this week. See, then there's nothing here right now. We would be looking for something up here again. I take this one out. Okay, Costco down to CVX. Chevron, very choppy. Not sure exactly what's going on there. Might look at a calendar on this one, somewhere around this 110 area. Possibly. But we're not going to do that this week either. Just too much going on. Enron is doing very nicely, but we have earnings this week, so we're passing on that. FedEx, still in a downtrend. And we have this calendar. It's now a March calendar. So we'll keep that notification on there because we rolled it. It was originally a February-April calendar, and we took the February short and rolled that into March. And we'll take a closer look at how this trade worked out because I think it's about the first time I've ever successfully rolled a calendar. Usually they just I pick them so far out of the money that it doesn't really work out well for rolling, but this particular one did. So we'll review that one in a little bit more detail later this week or next. And then on the gold side, very nice movement here on gold. No opportunity though. We did not get a pullback on the stochastic at or near or below this 20 level here. So there was no entry on that. Google, how have they been doing? Well, they've been doing exceptionally well and not even giving us an entry here. It's just like, no, I'm not going to let you in. So we're still waiting. And this is a violation here, so nothing doing. It's on a nice run right now. IWM. Let's see, we have this March calendar at 105, waiting for that to happen. Nothing happening there. Anything on the CSSv2 side? Nothing going on. All right, for LinkedIn, ooh, this looks nice. This would have been a nice entry. I hope. Oh no, we have no confirmation and still no confirmation on the MACD. That's pretty strange. Wow. So there was no entry there. Need that confirmation. Need it. Didn't get it. All right, MasterCard. Although, let's go back here to LinkedIn. If we get confirmation today, would be the final day. This is the third day. So if we get confirmation down here on the MACD and price moves lower below this low, and the low was 192.23. So if we go to 192.21 and we get the hook down here, MACD turns red, then you have an entry. It's the third day. So if it doesn't happen today, then it's not going to happen per the rules. MasterCard, we're still trying to figure out which direction we're going here. The exponential 50 is showing red, but the simple 50 is waffling back and forth here. Green, red, green, red, green, red. Can't make up its mind. So we're going to avoid that one. 3M. Here's this, what appears to me to be an anomaly, but I guess maybe not. The moving average is moving. The price is moving up. It seems to be an anomaly when it stays below the moving average, and the moving average is not coming down to converge on the price. It just seems so strange to me. But it's true, though. It works out mathematically when I look at historical prices. So that's the way that goes. And there's no entry here, and there's no confirmed positive direction here. Netflix is making a very nice move, and we have a setup. I would call this a setup. We need a green here and a green on the MACD. So that's a setup for today. I wouldn't go any further than today on this. All right, we'll put a little target down here just to remind us that we made this a setup. Okay, price line. Oh, price line. Okay, so we had earnings and there's a nice pop here. So we need to figure out, it's a nice move. This is probably something I should add to my rules to say that any indicator that is showing positive for an entry that's associated or in the same time frame as earnings reports is not valid. Just want to avoid that, because sometimes you get these earnings and then, or sometimes they'll come down and then they'll go up and they won't continue. So it's a good idea to wait for one cycle after earnings. Take a peek at the Russell. We have gone positive here on our trend, so we would be looking for a target down here. If we can get the tool here to work correctly. On SPX, probably the same thing. Yeah, we're looking for, we need to go above and then come down below in this new trend. So we're waiting for another cycle there too. Tesla, they had pretty good earnings from what I understand. So we're waiting for things to settle down after earnings there too. So we'll just move this one over to here. And that'll be what we'll be looking for in the coming days. And then Visa finally is going to give us an entry here. right here. Oops. I meant to move you, not stretch you. There we go. So it's giving us a nice setup. We don't have an entry yet, but we have a setup. It's not alertable. Price is kind of compressing here, so we absolutely do need this confirmation on the MACD. All right, so that's our last one for today. We went a little bit long, but this was really for my benefit because I've been away from these charts for so long, and I need to get anchored, I guess you might say, re-immersed into it. And I didn't have enough coffee, so that's probably why I went a little bit slow this morning. But thanks for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.